Coming up today on Morning Blend, prepare to laugh with comedian Ryan Davis.
Plus, we've got pro tips on how you can spice up your Oscars party.
And Pearl Skin Studio shares treatments that will enhance your skin's elasticity and glow.
What, is it time for the show already? Are we late? Did you guys see Jessica yet? Jessica!
Yes!
Are you ready?
I
We're late.
am.
We're late.
Oh.
It's already 9 o'clock. I don't know what Hey, guys, my name's Elliot Bambra.
And I'm Jessica Rosado.
Thank you so much, as always, for spending your morning with us. It's Friday morning. It's always a different feeling on a Friday, but today's a little bit special, as you can see.
It is. It's International Women's Day, of course,
But
also...
It's our Oscar special. So
Yes.
we apologize for being a little late. You know, we got dressed up for you guys. We wanted to do this a little bit special. So we're going to take our seats now and get on with the show, okay? So give us a second.
Yeah, we've got to get settled in
I
here.
know, right? We need to just get... there we are.
There we go.
Ooh, I've never felt
Wow.
so rushed.
Man, is this what the stars feel like?
Getting dressed up is a little bit different, it's a little bit fancy. By the way, can I just say that we both look, you look fabulous.
Well, thank you. So do you. Look
Thank
at this
you.
red and black combo. I'm loving it.
Well, you know what? I like the red carpet look, so I figured I'd bring it into life.
And you know, in Oscars fashion, we have to say, who are you wearing, Elliot?
Who am I wearing? Well, I need to thank my good friends at Mastriani Fashions here. We know they dressed me up. They made me look pretty fancy on the tux. I'm feeling rather
look
splendid.
at that. Strutting your stuff, red carpet ready.
And yourself?
So I am actually wearing Rent a Dress and Tux, our very own in downtown. They've been around for 35 years plus, and Diane is the owner. She is amazing, and it's really a hidden gem downtown.
Both
so
of
thank you.
Both of those terrific places, guys. Check them out if you're looking to do anything, and great stuff. But this weekend, we're a little excited about
We
this.
are, as the viewers can tell.
Maybe a
right?
little bit.
We're excited and ready.
So, some fun facts for you with the Oscars coming up this weekend. Jimmy Kimmel is, of course, hosting for the 4th time, but he needs to go an absolutely long way to beat out some of the ceremony's other famous names for most times hosting. So, for example, Bob Hope, a record 19 times. Astonishing.
Wow.
Yeah. Either hosting or co-hosting. We've got Billy Crystal, who slips into 2nd place with, I believe it's 9 times? Yeah, 9 times. And rounding out the top 3 is legendary late night host Johnny Carson, 5-time host.
It's really, really cool. I mean, this is an award ceremony that has been around for years. In fact, the initial awards banquet was held on May 16th, 1929 in the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel's Blossom Room. I've actually been to that hotel.
You've been to that
Yes.
hotel? That's crazy.
Yes, that's how long it's been around.
Now, when you think about it, there's more than 3,000 statuettes that have been presented. Now, these statuettes, the Oscar themselves, they are made from solid bronze and plated in 24-karat gold. It stands 13 inches tall.
Yes. I mean, it's amazing. And what's really cool is that they're bronze. They're actually full bronze, and they're 24 plated gold.
Crazy. The other thing you need to bear in mind for a ceremony like this is the red carpet.
Yes.
Now, there's an official rolling out ceremony
The
that
rolling
happens.
out ceremony. It's so exciting. This is in Hollywood in front of the Dolby Theater. So it should all be complete by Sunday, but
I don't know what the problem is, Jess. Ours took 13 seconds to roll
and
out.
it was just one person, right?
Yeah.
All it took was one person. I mean, this is like 10, 15 people.
They're going way up. I mean, that's a union thing, clearly.
That means
right
I think that red carpet is famous.
Yeah. So watching the Oscars is one thing, but we wanted to do something a little special with all of our friends, you guys at home. You could join us in the fun with this as we attempt to guess who will win in the popular categories. Now, do you think you have what it takes to beat Jessica?
Or can you match Elliot's movie knowledge?
We're gonna have to find out.
Yes.
It's your chance. You can prove it and ride with us, right?
Yes, that's right. We shared the entry details on our Facebook page, but all the info is also on your screen right now as you're seeing. So we actually have a Morning Blend group on the website, and you are all welcome to join. So let's see who can guess who actually wins.
I wonder, and by the way, guys, if any of you are out there, beat us or get the most wins, we're gonna give you a name check on Monday to say who won or not. But we're all super competitive here. The whole team on Morning Blend are in there. You'll see our names in there too. But as we talk about that, Oscar Sunday will be here before you know it. And Danny New has a look of 3 of the biggest awards.
Oppenheimer. Now that Oppenheimer has won Best Film at the British equivalent to the Oscars, known as the BAFTAs,
Oppenheimer.
and Best Ensemble at the Screen Actors Guild Awards, it seems pretty clear that Christopher Nolan's blockbuster biopic is going to win Best Picture at the Oscars this Sunday. In fact,
Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer.
with Cillian Murphy winning Best Actor on both of those nights, the man who played Dr. Oppenheimer is poised to also run away with the Golden Statue.
Emma Stone, Poor Things.
But what about Best Actress? After what seems like a million fulfilling award shows, there doesn't seem to be any separation between Emma Stone for Poor Things, seen here winning at the BAFTAs,
Lily Gladstone.
and Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, who won the Screen Actors Guild Award 6 days later. So which of these two awards is the better indicator? Well, in the last 10 years, the BAFTAs and the SAG Awards are each 8 for 10 in matching up with the Best Actress winner at the Oscars.
The winner, it's a tie.
Thus, is it possible that Stone and Gladstone could tie? Well, there have been just 6 in nearly a century of Oscars.
Hello, gorgeous.
But the most famous example was in the same category, with Barbra Streisand tying Katharine Hepburn back in 1969. So who knows, maybe we're nearing tie number 7. Speaking of number 7, if you want to see how this all plays out, Oscars host Jimmy Kimmel really wants you to remember 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
If you don't remember that we have daylight saving time on Sunday and that the show is an hour earlier than it always has been, you will miss my monologue. So that is, I think, the big X factor going into this particular show. Will people miss the whole first hour of it?
To reiterate what Mr. Kimmel was saying, yes, the Oscars usually start at 8 p.m. Eastern, but this year, 7 p.m. We might actually be awake for Best Picture this year. 7 p.m. finally. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
Well, we know we'll be awake for sure on
We're going to
Sunday.
be glued to our sets. I actually have some glue by the TV to glue myself to the set.
And there's so many great nominations this year.
There's so many difficult categories to pick.
There is. But we've got an amazing show lined up for you this morning. So here's a look at what we've got coming up. We have comedian Ryan Davis and Chris Redd. Also, we're sharing pro tips on how to throw a spicy Oscars party.
Holskin Studio is helping us get the perfect look for spring, and we're going to take a walk down memory lane with a little Oscars history. We'll be right back.
And there's a live look at Dolby Theater. Moving on to our next category, funniest Ryans in Las Vegas this weekend, and the nominees are KTNV's Ryan Ketchum,
Very funny. Yeah, very funny guy.
hilarious comedian Ryan Davis, and Ryan Gosling, who isn't actually here, but we were struggling to think of more Ryans. And the winner is
Ryan Davis!
Ryan Davis!
Oh man, this is so unexpected.
Oh, do you have a word you'd like to say?
I'd like to thank everyone, all of the Ryans who couldn't make it, giving me the opportunity to accept this award. So I really appreciate you guys.
Well, we appreciate you too, and also we'll get you your Morning Blend trophy, because we didn't actually think about that in the meantime. We thought of everything else. We're gonna get you one, dude. But anyway, everyone. Ryan, how you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you guys?
We're very good. You're
great.
performing at Jimmy Kimmel this weekend, and obviously Jimmy Kimmel's attachment to the Oscars. But what brings you to Vegas this weekend? You've also got some stand-up shows. People may know you from Curb Your Enthusiasm. They may have seen you in Insecure. What else have you been up to recently?
Well, now that the strike is over, we're back to television. So
Thank goodness.
No, listen, I love doing television. So working on a few things, and social media is where a lot of people know me from. So I'm just glad to be back out here working. It's my first time performing in Vegas, so I'm looking forward to it.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah, man.
What are you most looking forward to with this show?
To see the reaction of the audience. Vegas is unlike a lot of cities because you are performing in front of people who live here, but mostly people who don't live here. So it's a lot of different personalities, a lot of different sensibilities. And as a comedian, I like to challenge myself, and I'm like, can I get all these people from different walks of life to laugh at the exact same thing.
If you could do that, then you could become president.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on.
So people, like we mentioned, you're huge on Instagram right now. Everyone, see a lot of your comedy on there. We mentioned the TV stuff you've done. Obviously, stand-up is your forte.
Yeah.
Where did it all begin? Where did your career begin? When did you find out your comedy chops?
The funny part is, I didn't think I was funny.
Really?
I was one of those people. Yeah, I didn't think I was funny.
You kept it quiet?
I was pretty reserved. I'm the middle of 7 children, so
wow.
There was a lot going on in the home, and all of my siblings are funny, so I didn't think I was really that funny. It wasn't until I started like working as a teenager and as an adult, and people would just keep laughing at the. They were like, "No, you're really funny." I was like, "But I'm serious." And, but I realized I had a gift for it, and I kind of leaned into it about 11 years ago.
So when was the first time you stood up on stage?
It was 2013. It was July 9th, 2013. Wow. And I was absolutely terrified. But I did really well. I did so well that when I started the set, I told everybody it was my first time. And after I got off stage, comedians were like, "That was good," telling them it was your first time. So they'd like, I was like, "No, it really was." They were like, "Oh, then you're probably going to be really good at this." I was like, "I hope so," because I was bitten by the bug. I love it.
Well, all of these experiences too, I'm sure, kind of go into the material you
absolutely.
end up using, right? So what would you say your comedic style is?
I like to shock the audience a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I go a lot of places with my comedy. I talk about my personal experience. I talk about how I view the world in general. I try to connect with the audience too, like as far as I realize a lot of people, no matter where you come from, we live similar lives. We have similar experiences, especially with relationships romantically. There's yeah. So I love to talk about stuff like that because it's very interesting. I've traveled all over the world doing comedy, and even the relationship part of our lives, it transcends even a language barrier.
This is also true, Ryan. It's great having you in studio. Congratulations on your award this morning. We're really excited to see you in Vegas. But for more information and to purchase tickets to Ryan's show, head to jimmykimmelscomedyclub.com. Next category is party planning, and the nominees are the couple in your community who celebrate everything, my single aunt who always wants to party, and entertainment expert Paul Zahn.
And the winner is, of course,
I wonder who it could be.
Drum roll, Paul Zahn is here.
Paul!
I'd like to thank the Academy.
Yes,
I'd like to thank you too and everyone else. So
Wonderful.
I think you deserve a drink.
Oh.
That's what he needs.
I certainly do deserve a drink.
We are so excited. I mean, Paul is here to spread some glitz and glamour at your Oscars get-together this weekend, however you are celebrating. So we've got to jump right into what is the great idea for an Oscar soiree.
Okay, so first up, we need a signature cocktail for when your guests arrive, and I have the perfect libation right here. So this is America's Pink Margarita, inspired by America Ferrara, who is up for Barbie for Best Supporting Actress.
Good luck to her.
So let me explain what is in here. We have some lime juice, fresh lime juice always. We have some muddled strawberries. We have some triple sec, and then we have some Pantalones tequila. Now you might be saying, why are we using Pantalones tequila? It's 100% organic tequila made with 100% Blue Weber agave, but Pantalones in Spanish means pants, but it's also slang for guts. Now, if that monologue that America Ferrara gave wasn't gutsy, I don't know what was. So that's why I wanted to use
I love that.
So I'm going to shake this up. And Pantalones is also Matthew McConaughey's tequila. So we're using that.
All right.
And Camila Alves, his wife. So we are pouring that in there, and then we are actually topping this with some edible gold. So we're going to bring it to that Oscar level.
For that glitz and
We're
that
gonna get
glamour,
that.
honey.
Exactly. Voila. America's Pink Margarita.
That's a beauty. Obviously, if we're having drinks, we're going to need to soak that out a little bit, so we need some nibbles to go with it for a perfect party.
Absolutely, absolutely. So right here, I have some chips. First up, we have some chips that are the color purple for Danielle Brooks from the color purple.
You're so good at this.
Next up, we have some Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Diane Warren's up for her 15th nomination for the Ava Longoria's Flaming Hot.
Yes.
So we have some Flaming Hot there. And then we have some delicious red carpet. These are called the Bernstein Bites, inspired by Maestro and Bradley Cooper, Leonard Bernstein, who
Bernstein
had like
bites.
16 Grammy Awards. So these are perfect charcuterie bites. So what you need to do for a perfect charcuterie bite: meat, acid, cheese, and crunch. So the crunch comes from a pepper cracker. The cheese is some cheddar. We have the acid coming from the delicious strawberry, and then some salami by Columbus Craft Meats. I love Columbus Craft Meats and their salami. They've been doing all your charcuterie needs for over 100 years. So they're my go-to when I'm getting my charcuterie situation together.
This is so well
Yes,
thought
this is
out.
amazing,
Oh my
and I love the
goodness.
gold accents. Now we know that any get-together.
I earned this.
Yes,
I earned
you
this.
have. You have. We know that any get-together is usually you've got to mix in some games,
Yeah.
some things people want to like get engaged. What do you have?
I'm competitive, guys. I've been seeing all these movies. It sounds like you've been seeing these movies. You guys
Yes.
have too. So super easy and super budget friendly. You can print out an Oscar ballot and everybody can get competitive by voting on who you think is going to win all the categories. Now, I just Googled this. This is on the ABC website, the official website. Print it out, get competitive, and whoever wins can get something like a charcuterie kit with all the Columbus Craft Meats or a bottle of tequila, everything like that. Put this together and give it to whoever wins. That's a great idea. So that's a great, fun game, right?
Yeah,
Love it.
I mean, you mentioned you're competitive, you mentioned you watch the movies too, and this
Yes.
is like genius. I want to come to one of your parties.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
incredible. Any top picks for this weekend for categories?
Well, Best Picture is going to go to Oppenheimer, which is my last quick tip.
you
You
go.
can set up a hot cocoa bomb station, Oppenheimer
my
bomb,
goodness.
so people can put together their own little delicious dessert and put in some liqueur 43, which is a delicious chocolate liqueur. Spike
Wow.
it, delicious. So Oppenheimer's going to sweep everything. Sorry, Bradley Cooper.
Yes, I love it. Well, Paul, thank you so
Yeah.
much for joining us this morning. This has been amazing.
Inspirational.
Very much so. For all entertainment
Fully
and
earned.
party tips, be sure to visit paulzahn.com.
Theory will take you only so far. I don't know if we can be trusted with such a weapon. But we have no choice.
Hey, Barbie. Can I come to your house tonight?
Sure. I don't have anything big planned, just a giant blowout party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. You should stop by.
So cool.
You are looking at some of the movies that are up for Best Film.
Jess, it makes the hair on my arms tingle. I love when the quotes come in and the best movies come up.
Yes.
And you have that preconceived idea like, definitely Oppenheimer. And then you go, oh, definitely Barbie. And then you go, oh, Maestro, Bradley Cooper is incredible
I
in
mean,
it.
these are such incredible films that are up right now. And I mean, we had to start with Barbenheimer because that was one of the biggest box offices this year, was both of those movies back to back, and everyone was saying who was gonna top who.
It's a tussle, and you know what? They both hit so many key demographics for what the Oscars love, what they love to see from a movie. You've got that throwback to a historical moment in time with Oppenheimer. Barbie blows the water out with its set design and
Yes.
originality, and Greta Gerwig's directing. Those two movies are both critic and fan favorites, so I think it's
And
Timmy
all-
Titanic. We can't forget
Yes.
everyone else.
Oh, I know. You've got American Fiction. You've
Yeah.
got Maestro, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, you know how I feel about the Bradley Cooper deal, right?
The guy has been what we call Oscar bridesmaid for so long.
He has, and
Give
I
it
mean,
to him, my friends.
You're talking as best actor,
Uh-huh.
best director,
Director.
things. I mean, he is just so talented. So I know, a lot goes into this, and so many performances were stellar. But I do have my fingers crossed for Bradley Cooper to just get his little nod.
Well,
there.
you know what? All these big award nominees obviously will walk away with gifts because that's part and parcel of being at the Oscars. They get their bags. So this year's Oscars gift bags will have nominees traveling to the Swiss Alps.
Can I go? I mean,
Yeah.
for the 22nd year, Lash Ferry, the founder of Distinctive Assets, has assembled luxurious gifts for the top acting and directing nominees. So the swag includes nearly 60 items worth more than $170,000, including an all-inclusive trip to Switzerland.
People always ask, like, what's the most expensive item? And that's like a very clear-cut answer because it's the $50,000 trip to Chalet Zermatt Peak in the Swiss Alps. And this is an all-inclusive getaway for them. They can bring 9 friends along with them to enjoy the entire award-winning chalet. It's 6 floors, 5 suites, absolutely incredible vacation.
Other items include chocolates and skincare. The company started delivering the items to the nominees this week. If you need Jessica's and my address, guys, just shout the word, holler at us.
We're ready. I can have my bags packed in 2.5 seconds.
I won't even pack bags. I will go with this
with nothing,
this suit from Mastriani's fashion on. I'm happy to go like this.
Listen, I can go on a private jet in this gown.
Yeah, we'll get the Morning Blend private jet ready.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you actually spoke to a comedian recently, and I love this one because he actually thought you were pretty funny.
Yes, let it be known that Chris Redd is my new best bud. He did think I'm kind of amusing, but check out the interview. He'll be in town this weekend. We've already spoken about him and the fact that this year we'll see Jimmy Kimmel host the Oscars for the 4th time. But how does he feel about this year's nominees?
Well, our friend Anjali Patel from Good Morning Las Vegas got the chance to ask him directly and pose the hot question to him, Oppenheimer or Barbie?
Oh, well, I don't know. Choosing between Barbie and Oppenheimer is like choosing between filet mignon and cotton candy, right? I mean, they're both good. You want them both. It's just they're a very, other than the fact that they're both movies, they couldn't be more different. But I mean, you expected Oppenheimer to be an Oscar-nominated film, an Oscar-caliber film. I don't think anybody expected that. I think we've kind of forgotten that Barbie would be at the Oscars. I mean, that's a pretty spectacular achievement. This is a movie about a piece of plastic, not even a doll, really just a piece of plastic with fake hair on it. And somehow they made a movie that was very inventive and really like kind of inspiring.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Wise words.
It is very wise. And I also think it's interesting because, you know, you're when you think about the storyline, who thought that Barbie would be Oscar worthy? And this is an incredible achievement.
I think everyone was intrigued by it, not least of all because the team behind it, writing the screenplay, but just like, where's the story going to start? Where's it going? It's about a toy, about a doll.
But he is right. You can't choose between your your two favorite kids. Like, how do you choose?
But so different as well at the same time.
Exactly.
So exciting.
Well, we could see some big moments at this year's Oscars. Many of the categories feature opportunities for history to be made.
Yep, ABC's Tim Pulliam is in Las Vegas with more on the milestones and records that could be shattered.
Along with all the glitz and glamour on Hollywood's biggest night, some historic moments could take center stage at the 96th Academy Awards.
Please send help. There's murder in Osage. The police do nothing.
Lily Gladstone could become the first Native American ever to win an Oscar if she wins for her trailblazing lead role in Killers of the Flower Moon.
It's funny to suddenly find yourself being called auntie by all of these new young Native actors. It's a big deal. It's long overdue, but it's very welcome.
You call it trouble, I call it an opportunity.
And it could be a wonderful night for Coleman Domingo, nominated for Best Actor for playing civil rights icon Bayard Rustin. If he takes home the trophy, he'd be the first Afro-Latino to win in the category.
And so it's a 33-year journey, and suddenly I'm here in this beautiful moment, and I hope it's inspiring to my fellow performers.
He can be the first great American conductor.
But if the Best Actor award goes to Bradley Cooper in Maestro, he'd be the third artist in history to direct themselves to an acting win.
This is Bella. She's an experiment.
Emma Stone could pull off a double feat if she wins for Best Actress and Best Picture as a producer on the film Poor Things. She'd be just the second woman to ever win in both categories for the same film.
You know, nobody knows nothing until they open the envelope. That's the fun part.
10-time nominee Martin Scorsese, the most nominated living director, could become the oldest Best Director winner for Killers of the Flower Moon.
We're in a race against the Nazis.
Oppenheimer leads the pack with 13 nominations, and while it will be tough to break the record of 11 Oscar wins for a single movie, it should still be a very good night for the blockbuster film.
8 wins would be the most awarded film since Slumdog Millionaire. 10 would put it tied as the second most awarded film of all time next to West Side Story back in 1961.
Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Okay.
13 nominations.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And he did mention another fact, you know, that the most Oscar wins in a single Oscar ceremony is 11.
It's
and
11.
Yeah, and there's a couple that have it.
Lord of the Rings, I think, was one of those.
Definitely Lord of the Rings,
Yep.
and we can't remember the other ones right now.
Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur, well done. Look at us.
We'll be right back, you guys.
Thanks again to everyone for tuning in, joining us for our special.
For our special Oscar show,
And?
we've had so much fun. And a really quick thanks again to Rent a Dress and Tux. They are the hidden gem located downtown. That's right, and for you as well.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Master Any Fashions for hooking me up, hooking
Get
up a guy.
Get a little spin there, a little side action. There you go. Oh, look at that. Wow, who is he?
Just a man about town for the red carpet. Jess, it's a lot of fun today. A lot of fun.
This was so fun. We've really enjoyed doing this, and thank you again so much for watching and having some fun with us.
Guys, don't forget, join us on our little quiz, our little competition we're doing with the Oscar nominations and guess the winners. It's on our Facebook page. You can't miss the Oscar one. But thank you. So, we hope you've had a great week. We've had a great time bringing the show to you this week, and obviously today's been a little bit special. So
yes, and to all the women in Las Vegas and around the world, we wish you a happy International Women's Day.
Yes, we do. Have a great weekend, everyone. Have fun. Be safe. We'll see you back here bright and breezy on Monday morning.
See you Monday.
I think we deserve this, Jess, don't we?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything.